Hello friends, welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel. Today we come to you from our deck, and we are going to build for you today this beautiful cedar planter. And if you follow along, you're going to see all the steps so you can duplicate it yourself. If this is the first time you're visiting with us, we want to wish you a very warm welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. So in this episode, we're going to take cedar boards like this one, and we're going to turn them into a cedar planter like this. And with a little imagination, you can see how this can be adapted to become a cedar chest with very similar building processes. A little more detail, attention to detail, but overall you can do that. Now the cost of this, our cost was $22, and we've seen them on Pinterest and Etsy upwards from $150 and up. So this is a worthwhile project that you can do that will build something you cannot buy for the money you spend the material. A good DIY project to save you money and give you something to do in an afternoon. So stick around and we're going to show you how to build this very cedar board planter. So we're done planing all our boards, and as you can see they came out very nicely. Now here, I know that not everyone has a thickness planer like we do, and you can achieve the same results with sanding. It will just take longer. It will take a longer time. And the thickness planer does a much more uniform job than your sanding will do. But regardless, the look will be very similar. You just have to spend a little more elbow grease. So you don't think you need this tool in order to achieve this result. You really don't. So the next step is we're going to cut, and we're going to cut our pieces in an assembly kind of manner. So we have set a stop. We're going to cut all the pieces we need on one dimension, then we're going to move them on the next dimension. And we do have, I think, 4 pieces that we need to cut. We need to also rip. Split, yeah. Alright, so stick around. So we have a stop set with our saw, and we are going to cut our pieces. We need a total of 20, we said? Okay. But minus the 6.
6 of those.
So it is 16.
14.
14, yes. Okay.
So 14 at that measurement.
Right. Ready? Get ready for nice smells. So we are going to leave the dog ear parts because they will become part of our legs. They're part of the design. But of course, they're going to be taller, and we need 6 of those because we're going to have 6 legs. So what we did is we took one of our pieces that we cut in the correct dimension. We overlaid it with the dog ear part.
Points match up.
So now this is becoming our measuring stick, right? And because we need more than one, we're going to realign our stop here. And our zero clearance is coming very handy now, right? Because we can see exactly where we are. Are we good there?
I think so. Once you get it set, you can bring the saw down and make sure that we're where we need to be. Is it butting up? Good?
No, we're a little long, I guess.
Come here. Same.
Okay. Okay? And now we're going to cut. We need a total of 6. Can you do it? Sorry. What is that? Okay. So we have 2. So here we are, we have 14 pieces cut at 13 inches, and then we have 6 pieces that there are 13 plus, I don't know how much that is, we didn't calculate
That
it.
little ear is probably about another inch or so.
Another inch, an inch and a half at the most, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going to start assembling, but first we're going to rip 4 of these in half. Okay, now we're getting ready to rip. We're going to rip 4 of our legs, and we're going to show you a detail on the ripping in just a moment. So you might notice that these are not cut in half, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is because when you put them together, as you can see now, the reveal is the same, right? Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. And on both sides now will look the same. Mm-hmm. So do not cut them in half, and these are going to be on the corners, and the other 2 we're not cutting are going to be in the middle to provide middle support. Yes?
Yep.
Sweetie. So here is our first dry fit. We have everything set on the table, and we are looking from the bottom up. So this is the bottom of the planter, and this will be the top. And as you can see, it already looks really, really good. And to orient you a little bit, we're looking from inside out, right? So we have set the boards the way we like them the most, and you cannot see them right now because what you are looking at is the back. And the reason we have it the back is because that's how we have to assemble it.
Right. Or this could be considered the inside
Right.
face of the planter.
Or the non-visible one, the not important one. We're going to use brad nails and time bond 2 glue for 3, sorry. For 2 reasons. It is waterproof, it is rated exterior, and it's also rated food and plant safe. And since we're going to have live plants on this, we want a glue that will not leach into the ground and damage the plants, right? Mm-hmm. So, Tight Bond 3 is actually FDA approved for contact with food and plants. Okay. And it's waterproof, so it meets all the criteria we need. Mm-hmm. So, how are you looking, ladies? What do you think?
Yeah, it's looking good.
I love the grain, and I think it's going to come together and look really, really good.
Excellent. Let's start the assembly. So we cut our support boards, and we cut them from our offcuts from the cedar we've left, and now we're going to use Tight Bond 3 and brad nails to attach them.
And we made sure all the ends are all flush and that the boards are squeezed tight together.
And let the games begin. You need your special tool. And then your finger.
That was too much even for the finger.
Or to use on the winter glue holes, you know. Mm-hmm.
And we're using this end piece to help make sure that this is in the right position, because that's how these boards will be lined up. And again, everything's lined up flush.
Okay. So you want to come there and then we can do the rest or not?
Put some in the middle because I'm having to.
2 ends first. Okay. Okay. You want me to put one on each board?
Board. Because they're wide.
Alright, and we're going to do the same on the top. I'll be right back.
Okay, and here we are doing the bottom rail for this first side.
And here you can move it up or down. The more closer to the top you move it, the less
The
soil you're
shallower,
going to use.
the shallower your bed will be. And so you might take that into account because the facing will still be the same, but if you are planting things that don't require deep beds, then you can make it a more shallow bed.
Right. So this actually performs two functions. Keeps all the boards together and give rigidity to the piece, but also will support the bottom slats, right?
On the end there. Yep.
The reason I put 3 here is because this is a leg. It's going to support more of the weight, right? Are we out?
Shouldn't be, that was a whole rail.
I know, but it doesn't, it's not suiting. Now it is.
Fixed it.
Huh?
Does it need oil?
So here we are, and this is one of our, either the front or the back side, one of our white pieces. We're going to make another one identical to this, so we're not going to show it to you because there is nothing unique to that piece. It will be exactly the same. And we're going to get right back with you.
But just want to highlight that this is cedar. These were fence post boards, but you can see some really beautiful graining here, and so that's going to be really an amazing looking piece on the deck or wherever you decide to put it.
Yep. So here we are, we've started the assembly as you can see, and in order to give more strength, we've cut from scrap pieces little triangles, and we've put, well, that was a weird pronunciation, triangles. And we put them on each corner, and we're going to do the same here. And little, again, from scraps, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, if you're OCD, you can go the whole distance here, right? It doesn't have to be. And we've used glue and brads, and that is going to give some strength to the piece. And then when we put the top as well, it's going to tie everything together. It will be nice and strong.
Okay.
So what do you think, ladies?
Yep, I think we're ready to continue putting things together.
Okay. I think the easier way is to put the... So for aesthetic purposes, we attached a rim on top of it, and as you can see, we're almost ready. We have, we need to couple of more of these, and they simply go in the bottom. So we have the... So we create a nice...
Slats. Slats.
Slats, yeah. So we'll have a nice space to put our soil in.
And are you talking about the rim and how you mitered the corners? And
Well, you know, you can butt them or miter them. We chose to miter them. Mitering is a little more challenging. It takes a little more time, but overall, it makes a different impression, right? And here it is. Ta-da! The end.
almost, we're not quite there.
Right. And here you can see a little bit of the detail of how we build it. Again, we use offcuts of the cedar boards to create, to strengthen the corners here. So, and it feels actually pretty decent. When it has soil on it, it will be very, very sturdy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, anything you can do here to secure it will be to your advantage. The top also helps to secure it, right? I mean, it assists with that process. What else wanted to say, ladies? You want to go and take the front, like you see the legs, how the legs
I
came?
intentionally had not used the same board with pieces of that same board right next to each other, so you'd see the variation in all the beautiful grain and the knots that came in this wood.
And the way we described the corners are we cut those the one board and then
So this one is one width of the board longer than the piece that adjoins it.
Not longer, wider.
Wider.
but then that way when you look at them they actually have the same.
Yep.
Okay.
So here is our final product, and we put slats on the bottom, and as you can see, it actually looks very good. We're rather pleased with it.
Very pleased.
And how long do you think it took us? It's easily an afternoon project.
Right. I would say
Maybe 2 hours?
2.5.
Okay. And really you can do this using a saw, any type of saw that you can do miters, and you can use a power sander to do it. Even a hand sanding. And you can even actually, the cuts are fairly straightforward. They're only 45s and 90s. So a miter box can do both those. So you actually can do this with 0 power tools.
Yep. And we spent, it was $3 per board, and we used,
I think 7 total. Because we had 4 and we bought 5.
so that's 11. And we have 2 left. 9.
Yeah, and we had 2 left, so we used 7.
We used 9. We bought 11 boards total.
So this is a planter. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah, do you want to bring things in or not? All right. We'll do the second intro first. So even though this is cedar, and technically we can put soil in contact with it,
Directly to it, yeah.
in order to maybe make it last even longer, we decided to put some landscaping fabric on it, which allows water to go through, so that will prevent water standing and damaging the boards.
Right.
So,
and it's also going to serve another purpose because we did leave some spacing on our slats on the bottom. It's going to prevent the dirt from going through, but it will allow the water to pass through so that it doesn't pool in the bottom and rot it out.
all right, so we're going to do that and show you how that looks when we're done. So we're going to use a stapler to attach the landscaping fabric to the inside of our planter box, and then we're going to just put garden soil and our selected plants, and that will give us the look we want. So we think that the best way to do it is with staples. Alternatively, you can use some what you will call them, pieces of wood, like those things there.
Like little
Yeah.
scrap trim.
Some scrap trim to attach it. It is a matter of preference, and I know some people will not use anything. They will just put the soil there, and that will be it, right? And here we are. The fabric is attached and inside the box. Again, because this is cedar, you don't necessarily need the fabric. It will make it last even longer. This is an osmotic membrane type of fabric, which means that it lets water go out, but it does not allow water to come in. So very routinely you find them in the gardening sections of stores, right?
It also holds the soil in.
Right, it holds the soil in, but it's a multi-purpose fabric. So the next thing is what? To add soil and plants, right?
Yep.
All right, friends. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and here is our final project. And you can see it came out very well. It is what we were envisioning, right, Elpida?
Oh yeah.
We're very, very happy with it. And of course, it makes sense to feel it in the location you want to keep it, even though the box itself is not heavy at all. When you put the
soil
in, it becomes rather heavy. But as you can see, it looks great here. We're very happy with the overall look that we achieve on this piece. If you did enjoy this project and you like this product as well, it will greatly help our channel if you give us a thumbs up, if you leave a comment below, and if you subscribe. Let us know what you would like to see in future episodes of the Urban Homesteading channel. From Dr. Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, Elpida and the Urban Homesteading channel, stay safe, wash your hands, put your masks on, and we're going to see you soon. Farewells, friend.